All right, good afternoon, beautiful people, and happy Black Friday to you. Thank you all for joining us today on the news at noon. My name is Michael Quander, and this year, Black Friday looks so much different. You know, we can tell you that while people still lined up at some stores this morning, there was no crowd pushing through the doors. Now, whether you do your shopping in person or online this year, local retailers are hoping that you will not leave them behind. Small Business Saturday is tomorrow, and according to the Small Business Administration, spending at mom and pop stores on this day has gone up over the past couple of years. All right, and we have Mary Marshall. Mary, I got to tell you, look, yesterday was so nice. I had the guns out, okay? Had the window open for some of my dinner. What can we expect today?
Well, it's just as nice.
All right, Mary, thank you. Now, new at noon, police are investigating a deadly accident involving a pedestrian in Clinton, Maryland. Police say the victim was struck this morning while crossing Branch Avenue near Surratt's Road. Police say that the driver stayed at the scene, and there's no word right now if there will be any charges filed. Many Americans changed their Thanksgiving plans because of COVID-19. The virus has killed more than 263,000 Americans. Today, the number of confirmed cases in the U.S. is expected to hit 13 million. D.C., Maryland, and Virginia are all seeing spikes in new cases. The local hospitals are concerned that Thanksgiving travel could lead to an even bigger surge in the weeks ahead. Now, there are more than 1,600 COVID patients in hospital beds across Virginia. In Maryland, another 1,400 and about 50 new patients every day. Medical workers are praying that travelers are being cautious this holiday so that those numbers won't be even worse before the next big holiday rolls around, you guys.
The doctors will tell you.
Now, it is important to know that there are enough hospital beds in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia right now. The hope is that that number stays that way. Now to a warning from a woman whose Thanksgiving table had empty seats because of COVID-19. Shantae Leak Cherry lost her mother, sister, and brother to the virus back in April. Thanksgiving is a big deal for her family. Shantae has continued to press on as she mourns, including paying a tribute to her brother in the kitchen this year.
Every year he would make this special stuffed chicken.
Yeah, so many families going through that this year. Now, to keep the rest of her family safe this Thanksgiving, Shantae set up a meal train at her parents' house so everyone could enjoy the food without having close contact. Now, she's pleading with all of us to take this pandemic seriously and follow the rules. And some of those rules have changed in the last couple of weeks. Anytime you need an update, you can just text the word virus to 202-895-5599, that number right there on your screen. We'll text you back links to some of our latest stories. Now, after quarantining in a hotel near the Vatican, tomorrow, D.C.'s Catholic Archbishop Wilton Gregory will be elevated to cardinal along with a dozen others. Pope Francis appointed Gregory as the leader of the Washington diocese last year. He'll be following a couple of cardinals who got caught up in that church sex scandal. And we can tell you that WUSA9's Bruce Johnson talked to Gregory after his elevation was announced.
I first met you in Dallas.
Now, the Archdiocese of Washington will broadcast the ceremony on its website and social media pages. It starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. our time. Now, does your child toss and turn at night? Ahead, how doctors successfully treated a new pediatric sleep disorder. Plus, you've seen the kettles and heard the bells, and this holiday season, the Salvation Army needs your help now more than ever. The challenges it's facing ahead. Now, researchers are learning more about COVID-19 in children. A Canadian study found that more than 1/3 of children who tested positive for the virus didn't have any symptoms. Those who did were less likely to have breathing problems compared to adults. And typically, the kids experienced the loss of taste or smell, and some of them also had nausea, fever, and headaches. Now, many of us have lost sleep during this pandemic. I know I have. Now, sleep is especially critical for children's physical and mental health, but many kids just aren't getting enough. Now, Seattle's Children's Hospital's researchers did a sleep study at their sleep center, and they estimate about 7.7% of their pediatric patients suffer from restless sleep disorder. Okay, Mary, look, speaking of sleep, that food that I ate yesterday had us passed out. Anybody that knows you know that you love to eat. Now, were you passed out the same way?
I do. I am when I get off of this shift. I've been here, remember, since about 2 or so this morning. So, yeah, I'm all about some sleep right now.
It's been a holiday tradition for more than a century. Donations made to the Salvation Army's iconic red kettles have helped families in need for all year long. Now, the annual bell ringing campaign is facing new challenges with the coronavirus pandemic. Now, whether you're braving the stores or maybe traveling this weekend, we have a final check of your forecast next. The annual Zoo Lights starts tonight, but don't show up at the zoo to see them. COVID-19 has forced the event to go on the road, so for the next 4 weekends, the Zoo Lights Express will be out every Friday and Saturday night between 6 and 8 p.m. It will make stops in each of the city's 8 wards. Just look out for the 24-foot long truck with the giant Santa Claus on it.
Probably can't miss that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love it. This is one of my favorite events of the holiday season, Mary.
I know. It's magical. Brings you back to your childhood, right?